Hey y'all, so I just hopped on here really quick to make this video because I just got off the phone with a client, and let me list the top 5 things that you need to pay attention to before you sign your lease, okay? The first thing is the duration of the lease, okay? What's your start date and what's your end date? Make sure it's within a 12-month period if that's what you desire, because some of these leases could literally be drawn up for a 13-month, 14-month, and then find out what is expected of you once the lease is over. Are you now on a month to month, or are you required to re-sign a whole new lease, or does the lease automatically go into a month to month? That is important to know when you are leasing. Another thing to make sure that you are aware of is your security deposit. Okay, I took notes because this is so important. I was so hurt for one of my clients. Your security deposit. How much is that? Is it the same amount of the rent? Is it half of the first month's rent? Is it double the rent? You need to know that before you sign that lease, because once you sign that lease, you are legally obligated to what you signed up for. Pay attention, because it is not sometimes just the first month of the rent that matches. If your rent is 1,800, then your security is 1,800. It does not always pan out like that. Some owners are asking for security deposit to be double the amount of the rent. Okay. The next thing is the maintenance responsibilities. That's important to know, guys. You need to know who's responsible for which maintenance. Within this particular client's lease, she was responsible for any maintenance that was under $100. So if you got a clogged toilet or something like that, they probably can't tell that right away, but they're going to ask you to pay for that up front, and then maybe you submit documentation from a legal plumbing service. So you can't get little JoJo and them to come out and unclog your toilet. You're going to have to pay a professional person, a legal company, to come out, plumbing service, to come out and do the work for you, and then submit that back to the owner, and then they reimburse you, whether that's giving you something off your rent or reimbursing you um with that, whatever money payment they say. Like, but that's important. Sometimes you cannot call all maintenance issues into the owner, and you are signing off on a lease that says I'm going to be responsible for certain maintenance issues. You need to know what that looks like for you, because if you're not a person who has money at the drop of a dime to repair something like I don't know, air, like a HVAC system is very expensive to repair. But if they already wrote that in the lease and you agreed that I will pay for this maintenance concern, then you're responsible for that. So that's very important, guys. Again, I cannot stress how important it is. Look over your lease. If you don't know and you can't understand, ask somebody, consult with somebody, get you a realtor or something. I don't know, pay a fee for somebody to look over it before